Welcome back, my fellow Zambians. This is In Dialogue with my president. Tomorrow, the 13th of August, 2026, we vote. Tonight, we speak of peace, not the silence of a country that is afraid, but the peace of a people who have chosen one another. We speak of what we are looking for when we stand inside that booth. Good evening, Your Excellency, President Hakainde Hichilema. Good evening, my fellow Zambians. The Electoral Commission of Zambia has certified over 8.7 million of us as eligible individuals to vote. Tomorrow, for a few quiet minutes inside a booth, each one of us will hold more power than any office in this land. Just hear that again. For a few quiet minutes, each one of us will hold more power than any office in our country. In those minutes, a citizen can change a country's course or confirm it. Mr. President, some things about a leader can be measured, and they matter greatly. Inflation matters because inflation is not a figure in a report. It is the price of mealie meal in a Kawe market, for instance. Debt matters, and whether that burden sits lighter or heavier on a young Zambian than 5 years ago. The kwacha, load shedding, the clinics, the classroom, the number of young people who found work this year, all those things matter. And above all, what was promised 5 years ago, set honestly against what stands in the ground today, will matter. A citizen who does not think is not yet free. But there is a second thing, and no printer in Lusaka can put it on a poster. Character. Promises are cheap for one reason. They cost nothing. They cost nothing at the moment that they are made. A promise is a sentence, and it binds nobody until a character stands behind it. Any candidate can find someone to write good promises. Nobody, simply nobody can find someone to be honest on their behalf. Character is what a person does when nothing is being recorded, when the crowd has gone home, when the truth will cost them votes or friends. It is when a person is revealed, and it never happens on a stage. So look at the record of the life, not only the promise over the voting period. One who breaks his word to his own party will break it to you as a country. One who cannot bear correction in a small matter will not bear it in a large one. One who humiliates a junior officer when no camera is watching will, in time, humiliate a nation. Character does not change when the office changes. The office magnifies what was there. Power does not build a person. It exposes them. So weigh both and be clear which is worth bearing. A fine promise on a poor character is a good roof on no foundation, and it comes down on the people standing under it. Character is what makes a promise expensive to break. My fellow citizens, tomorrow, in that queue, ask what no manifesto answers. Does this person's word get authenticated by their actions? Do I feel safe under them? Do I feel watched under them? Do I see myself growing, or do I feel a hand at my throat? And when they say one Zambia, one nation, do they mean all of us or only those who agree with them? Let the mind do its work, but do not leave the heart at the door. The mind is good with numbers. The heart knows whether it is safe here and whether it can breathe here. Ask your heart one question and be quiet long enough to hear your heart answer. Under this leader, will my chances of thriving increase or reduce? Whichever way it falls, let the winner win graciously and the loser lose graciously too. Let the winner say the loser's name with respect within the first hour of the final results being announced. And the loser telephones the winner before the party members start moving in. The next 5 years will take their temperature, their character from those two acts, from the winner and the loser. And we already know how, because we have done it before. On the 31st of October, 1991, the man who had led Zambia since independence lost an election, conceded it, and handed over power. Chatham House records that Kenneth Kaunda telephoned the winner to say the people had given him a difficult job and added, "I stand ready to assist you." In 2021, we did it again. And now, my fellow Zambians, a word for us rather than for the president. The 13th of August, Election Day, is not the end of our work. It is the beginning of it. We have a habit in this country of voting as though we were engaging a contractor. We hand over the job, go home, and come back in 5 years to inspect the building. But a contractor is monitored while the work goes on and paid against what has been delivered. We would not accept for our own house what we accept for our country. We choose representatives because 8.7 million voters cannot sit in one room and govern. What is not reasonable is disappearing the moment the result is announced. Silence is not neutral. It is permission. It is how leaders come to believe that the 5 years between elections belong to them. So let us organize at constituency level, meet your member of parliament, and not only when there is a funeral. At ward level, sit with your councillor. Ask what the Constituency Development Fund did this quarter, on what, and who decided. Democracy is not a day. It is a conversation that never closes. And it works best when the citizen stays in the room. Whoever becomes the leader of our country after the 13th of August, remember that moment by the Sea of Tiberias. when the Lord asked Simon Peter 3 times whether he loved him, and 3 times gave him the same responsibility. Feed my lambs, tend my sheep, feed my sheep. He did not say, feed the ones who followed you. He said, feed the sheep. All of them, including those who did not vote for you. Until next week, Your Excellency, hold the following with me. May we vote with our minds open and our hearts awake. May we look for character, because character carries the promise. May the losing candidate be gracious. May the winning candidate remember those who did not vote for him and be gracious in their victory. May we remain one Zambia, one nation. May God hold this country with both hands. Good night, Your Excellency. Good night, Zambia.